welcome to my December TBR. I've got a few books to go through. I wasn't intending buying any books, but I saw a few offers and saw a few things on some of the other channels that piqued my interest, and ended up buying about 10 books. This should be everything. I'm going to try and curtail buying books until I get my amount of TBR down a bit, but I thought I would go through with what I've actually got just now. There's also some review books as well that I've received from some of the publishers, so let's go through them. First up, I've got Gunslinger by Stephen King. I'd seen on quite a few other channels people talking about the Dark Tower series. I read the back of it, I thought it sounded quite interesting. It seems kind of like an urban fantasy type thing. I've never read any Stephen King before. I know that it's supposed to be getting turned into a film, or a series of films, and possibly a TV series to go along with it. That was the last thing I heard. So I thought I'd pick up the first one. It doesn't seem too long, so that's the first book I bought. Next, I bought Fairest. If you've seen some of the other YouTube videos I've got up, you'll have seen that I had purchased Winter and Crest, and I decided to buy Fairest because next year one of my challenges is to read this full series, because there seems to be a lot of positive buzz about it, and I think this looks quite good. I like Once Upon a Time, so I think it might have this kind of a steampunky Once Upon a Time feel to it, so this is another book that I've got to read. Next, because I've seen a lot of it and I quite liked one of our previous books, I bought November 9th by Colleen Hoover. I think it's a really pretty cover. I've heard mixed reviews. I wasn't going to bother, but as I said, I liked Ugly Love a lot, and I decided I would pick this one up. Next, I also bought Prisoner of Night and Fog. Prisoner of Night and Fog. If you'd seen the previous YouTube video, I've got the sequel to it. I'd received it from the publisher. I queried whether it could be read as a standalone, and really it isn't, so I decided to try and pick this up cheaply someplace. I bought it online. It's a brand new copy, but it looks quite interesting, and I'm quite looking forward to reading these two books. Next, because I saw on another YouTube channel, I can't remember which one it was, I saw somebody talking about it and remembered I'd seen it in my local Waterstones, so I ended up going and picking up Daughter of the Forest. I liked what struck me in Waterstones was the cover. I quite liked the black and the red, and this with the swan. I saw someone else talking about it, and I decided, well, I'll pick this one up just to see. It looks quite a chunky book, but having just finished The Lies of Lamore, which was about 501 pages, this one is slightly more with 661, I think. Let me see. 661 pages it is, so it's slightly longer, but it looks quite good, so I'm hoping to get that one. I like that. Another book I bought was partly due to the fact that I'd seen the film Sisters. I've got one of the biographies by one of the actresses in that, and I didn't have the other one, so I had a look online and noticed that Amazon were doing 3 for 10 on the paperbacks. Buying it itself would have been £7, so logic dictates that I should buy 3, so I ordered 3. But the book that I bought was Yes Please by Amy Poehler, I think. I can't pronounce her surname, but I got this one. Again, I saw someone on BookTube had picked it up. One of the BookTubers had picked it up. I think, look, it's got some quite, I think there's some really quite good bits in it. It's really good for a paperback. Let's see, there's like some funny pictures in it, like the chapters are like that. I like her as an actress, I like her as a comedian, so I thought I'd pick that one up because I have Bossy Pants by Tina Fey, so I thought this would be a nice companion one because the two of them work well, are always working together, so I picked this one up. As you can see, I don't know, the right price is £9.99 and I got 3 for £10, so that was quite a good bargain. The second book I bought was this one, which is The Secret by the Lake by Louise Douglas. I saw this actually advertised or promoted on Twitter by a few people I follow, and they were saying that it was really good. I saw that it was part of the 3 for 10, thought right, I'll pick this one up. After I read the back of it, and I'm getting into more like the thriller mystery type ones, and this seems quite like a thriller mystery type one. It has a kind of I don't know, like a hand that rocks a cradle type thing to it, and the cover's gorgeous with this greeny blue and the red, which is quite a good contrast, so I've got that one. After seeing again on BookTube, I can't remember who it was, somebody spoke about it, I picked up this one, which is The Book of Strange New Things by Michael Faber. Partly because when I read the back of it, I'd seen the movie The Martian, and it has that kind of a feel to it in a way, so I thought right, I'll pick that one up and see. Again, it's quite a big book, it's 583 pages long, so it is quite a big book, but it doesn't faze me as much because I've already read a couple of big books. The last book I have bought this month currently, and part of the third paperback book that I'm still waiting on, is this one here, which is Elizabeth, it's The Lost Tudor Princess by Alison Weir. This is a non-fiction book, and I really like my Tudor books, both fiction and non-fiction. I like Alison Weir as an author. I've read quite a few of her fictional books, mainly surrounding Elizabeth I and Lady Jane Grey. I've got a couple of other books still sitting on my shelf, in the novel and in the non-fiction. Those are The Marriage Game and Captive Queen, which is the fiction books, and I also have I have two of them, Elizabeth of York, and there's another one that I have that the name has escaped me, but this is another one that I have, and I love the cover. This was another bargain book because I've been keeping an eye on it, and it went down to £6.50 on Amazon, and then I went and checked during the week and it went down to £5 for the hardback book, and as I've said, the cover's beautiful. There's not much on the inside, but it looks like that, and some of the pictures on it, as well, you can see, so you've got some of them in it as well. So I like these type of books. I don't read enough of them, so after reading, I know it's completely different, but after I read Mindy Kalig's first biography, I decided that I'll try and read a bit more non-fiction books, and as I said, I'm really into the Tudors and that type of period. I find that interesting, so that's why I bought this one. On to my review books, I got this one, which I'm really chuffed to get, which is called The Silvered Heart by Catherine Clements. It's a review copy, but I just saw this. Funnily enough, it's set in the 17th century, so that type of thing. I've not read any of her stuff before. It's coming out in February, so I've a wee bit of time for to read that, so I'm going to try and read that in January, so then I've got that. That looks, again, beautiful cover, the lovely blue and then the red there, so thank you for Headline Books for that one. Next book I have is this one here. Hold on now. is The Vampire Warrior. I have the first one, which is Last True Vampire by Kate Baxter. I've not read very much of this genre for a wee while, and to be honest, I'd kind of gone off it a bit, but these look quite good. I have the first one, I have the second one, so I'm hoping to kind of read these. It just looks like paranormal vampire romance thing, but it might be quite good. Next I got, which I'm so pleased that I got for review, is this one, The Silent Dead. I was actually part of a blog tour for this one, and when I'd read a bit about it, I thought this sounds really interesting. It's the third in the series, but I'm just going to dive in and read this one. It's kind of about a detective set in Ireland, a female detective set in Ireland, and there's just something about it that looks really good. Next one, which was a surprise and I didn't expect it, was this one, City of Light by Kerry Arthur. I got this for the publisher, Paniakis. It's first in the new series. I never even knew it was coming out. It looks really good. It looks quite relevant to now because it seems to have about it's got like wars and things like that. I don't know, it just looks good, and I like the cover. The cover's gorgeous. I've got a few of her books on my shelf, and this is the next one. Well, this is our newest one, so I'm hoping to read this one quite soon. And the last one, which again I was surprised about getting, and I was really happy about getting, especially after I read the synopsis, which is it's actually called The End of the World Running Club, and this is a proof, and it says achieve the impossible or lose your family forever, which is awesome. The author is Adrian J. Walker, so thank you to the publisher for this one. It says in the back here, Edgar Hill, unsympathetic husband and half-hearted father, finds him in a hopeless situation. Despite all his best efforts, he hasn't managed to keep his family together. In fact, they're further from him than ever, 550 miles to be precise, and in a world near annihilated by a terrible disaster, leaving the UK harsh and brutal, uncrossable by car or bike, his journey to find his loved ones will be fraught with challenges. His best option is to run, but what if your best isn't good enough? This just looks awesome. It says the only story you need to read this year. It comes out actually in May. I really want to read this book. It's just, I don't know, there's something that says read me, and I just can't wait to get into this one. I think this is going to be one of my early reads for next year, because I don't know, I read it and I just needed